Hey guys, delonewolf here, and welcome to my weekly trade run in Dodixie. And while I'm doing this, I thought I'd quickly try and make a small economic video about this. I'm actually still battling the cold I caught last week, so if my voice sounds a bit strange, that's why. And for this video, I thought that in the meantime it could be a good idea to have a small look at the Caliente Captain's Quarters. I won't really talk about it because it's just the Captain's Quarters, exactly same functionality as always. So anyway, while I'm here in Dodixie, I come here once a week to sell some stuff and to see if I can pick up some nice bargains. So let's have a look at the state at the moment. I actually have no buy orders because one thing that I tried to buy is some mega site. But it actually just got through very recently. It must have been tonight actually. But in my sell orders you can see my weekly planetary interaction stuff. So I have some microcontrollers, synthetic synapses, some smart fab units and polytextiles. I also have two other orders, which is Caledon Mycoserosin. Alright, that's from gas mining. And one implant. These are actually two items that I thought I had a pretty good price on there, but they haven't been bought in at least a month, I think. So I'm gonna have to decide whether or not I want to keep these on there for now or try at a lower price. And I also have a Dramiel on there for 59,500,000. Now if I look at at the market details, it's not really competitive price. They're sold for around 53,320, but it actually managed to serve its purpose because I had two Dramiels for sale, and on one of my weekly trade runs here I noticed that there was actually only one Dramiel being sold on the Dodixie market, and that was for 60 million. So I took the opportunity to put the one I have on the market now for 59,500 and then another one for 59 million. And my attempt by doing this, I was trying to convince someone that the lowest Dramiel was actually a pretty good deal. And I managed to sell that one for 59 million, so that was quite profitable. And this sell order has definitely had its uses. So for now I'm just going to wait out a bit and see what the market does, but I'll probably take this order down soon again and wait for another opportunity to sell the Dramiel at a good price. Anyways, I'm also going to look for hulks in a moment, because that's one of the general points I was going to make. That Hulkageddon might be coming next month, so what you might consider doing is picking up a few hulks if you still can get them on the cheap. And there's right now, let me see, it's actually only like an 8 million margin between the buy orders and the sell orders, so that's not a lot on almost 200 million. And I had already tried to buy a few of them beforehand for like 175 or just below 180, but people just keep skipping right on top of them. So I don't think that actually that much money is going to be made in Hulk trading due to Hulkageddon, because people are already anticipating it at the moment, and any low buy orders are just being 0-1-upped by other traders at the moment. You might still make a bit of ISK with a good buy order and then trying to sell it for 195. But personally I prefer to go for a higher value ship with a larger margin. One of my favorite ones are actually the command ships. Let me just take a look. For instance, the Damnation. You see there's a 30 million difference in between the buy orders and the sell orders. Of course these aren't sold as often, but I prefer one of these trades where I can make 10 or 20 million profit from one ship trade over this Hulk trading at the moment, which has such a low margin. Although of course there is potential for an increase in price in the Hulks due to Hulkageddon. But the thing that I'm most positive about is actually the mineral market. So I'm going to have a look at titanium here. That's buy orders 394. That's pretty high, almost 4 ISK. And not only Hulkageddon, I think, might have an influence, which is short term. But due to all the wars in 0-0 at the moment, a lot of caps and super caps are getting destroyed. And so I've heard reports that all the parts for capital shipbuilding are actually being bought up at the moment. So these prices have already risen quite a lot. Let's see if I can find an example of that actually. Capital armor plate, for instance. Let's see what this is. There are almost none on the market. Only 24 orders at over 6 million. And you can see that the price has been rising quite a lot actually. But of course, I think in the capital ship parts, the profits have already been made. People that stockpiled them before the war have already made their profits. So I don't think there's a lot to be expected there. But all these parts that are being sold will have to be remade. So I do think that this might have a more lasting effect for an increased demand in minerals like titanium, which is also something we're clearly seeing here, is a continued increase in price. So that's very positive for miners, excuse me, like myself. And I'm currently stockpiling everything I mine, and I'm going to wait for a nice selling opportunity, keeping an eye on the market weekly. So that's pretty good for me, I think. And finally, I wanted to have a look at Plex. I actually haven't taken a look at that in quite a while. I think the crash is pretty obvious here at 470, I'd say, and then it crashed down to 430, something like that. But now it's been steadily rising again, heading towards 460. A part of this might be speculation, I'm not sure, but I do think it's pretty obvious that inflation is here in ISK Easy Reneve. There's a lot of ISK sloshing around at the moment, and so we've seen like a new floor, I think, for Plexes. I don't expect them to drop anywhere below the 430 we're seeing here. This might be a new bottom. So if you're thinking of Plex trading, be pretty careful. This is looking like a pretty sharp rise here again as well. Of course, this might be due to the war, so there's no telling how long that will last, and if 0-0 residents are actually trying to buy their capital and super capital ships with Plex, so that might entice them to buy a lot of them from CCP and then put them on the market. So we might see a correction in that. I think this is pretty dangerous trade, to be honest, but I'm pretty positive about the mineral market myself, and that's the one I'm looking to be active in and putting some effort into it. Keep in mind, all of this is of course my opinion, and don't take these as facts or as advice. Do with it what you want. And that's it for this short economic update, and I'll see you all next time.